Hey everyone, Tami Boothby here. I'm an independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne, and I just wanted to share a few key reasons why Arbonne makes so much sense to me. And so my story begins. In 2003, I was working as a nurse in labor and delivery, and one of my coworkers actually overheard me talking about purchasing my personal care products from the health food store because I wanted to be healthy, but the makeup was making me look orange and greasy. Those rock salt deodorants were making me smell bad. And I was just looking for better products. And so she introduced me to Arbonne, and I'm so grateful because the products are amazing. And so I was using them for several years. And then she invited me to her home for a thing to hear more about the business. And I was sort of like, I didn't want to go, but I really liked her. So I went to be supportive. And she, at this thing at her house, started talking about how, she asked these questions: if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And will you be happy? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks because here I am. I was working the night shift as a nurse. I went to school. I got my degree. I did all the right things. And yet I still felt unfulfilled. I felt unsettled inside. And I really started to pay attention because I didn't really love what I saw, 5 years in the future doing the same thing. But I didn't know what else to do. I had often gone to bed dreaming about inventing something or getting a patent because I just kept thinking, how do people do it? How do you earn money, without being clocked in somewhere and, get that recurring income stream? And then she asked the question, another gut punch: if the main source of income were no longer able to bring in that income, how long would you last on your savings? And wow, that hit me too, because 78% of the American population are living paycheck to paycheck. And that's actually the definition of wealth: is how long can you maintain your current standard of living if you no longer have that income coming in? And wow, I had actually lived through that because prior to knowing about Arbonne, I had been diagnosed with breast cancer. I was 27. I was vegetarian. I was a runner. I thought I did all the right things. And yet I still got clobbered with this diagnosis. And it was especially eerie because my mom had been diagnosed with breast cancer when she was 28. And she actually passed away when she was 30. And so because of my mom, I went through bilateral mastectomy, reconstruction, 6 months of chemo. We also did the genetic testing, and it came back negative. And I remember just thinking about that, after the fact, if this wasn't genetic, then what in my environment could be causing me to grow a breast tumor at such a young age? And whatever it is, I want to be able to prevent anything like this happening again. And it was, it just took a second to learn that only 10% of cancer is genetic and 44% is environmentally related. And yet we're really not talking about that. And so it became very important to me to look at not only labels on food, but also what I was putting on my skin. Because even as a nurse, I hadn't learned in nursing school that what you put on your skin absorbs into your bloodstream and affects your health even faster than food. Wow. And I mean, that makes sense logically because we have medicine patches, right? So what's the difference between your makeup or your deodorant or your sunscreen or anything that you're putting on your body and a medicine patch? It's all absorbing into your bloodstream. And so Arbonne just made so much sense to me because it has such a strict ingredient policy. In fact, Arbonne has banned over 2,000 even questionable ingredients. And so just as a comparison, in Europe, they've banned about 1,400 questionable ingredients. In the United States, they've banned about 11. So Arbonne has just gone above and beyond, making sure our products are pure, safe, and beneficial. And it's a no-brainer, right? Why would we want to use anything but, something that's going to add to our health rather than subtract from it? So from a product standpoint, or from an ingredient standpoint, Arbonne just makes so much sense. Also, another statistic that hits close to home is in the 1980s. Do you know what our cancer rates were? In the 1980s, cancer rates in the United States were 1 in 30. Today, cancer rates are 1 in 3 for women, 1 in 2 for men. And I'm just not okay with that. And again, so much of this is environmentally related. So I knew in my heart, I just wanted to take measures to clean up what I was using on my body, household cleaning supplies, and also looking at food labels. And Arbonne's just a brand you can trust. It's, gluten-free, soy-free, GMO-free. It has the low glycemic index certification. It's, it bans parabens and phthalates. There's no fragrance. There's no artificial anything. It's very much plant-based, and again, such a rigorous ingredient policy at all times. What I love too is it's vegan, it's cruelty-free. It's actually the longest standing cruelty-free company with the largest cruelty-free catalog. So that's huge bragging rights. And a couple, points on that, because I never really understood, like, what's the big deal with a vegan, lotion or beauty product or makeup? Why does it have to be vegan? I understand the animal cruelty, but it goes a step further. If you're using products that are not vegan certified, that means they're using rendered animal fat. And a rendering plant is in every big city. So I'm sure you have one nearby. Go ahead and Google it or go on YouTube. But a rendering plant picks up roadkill. It picks up euthanized animals from the shelters. It picks up the meat that's gone past the expiration date from the grocery stores, the animals that are too diseased to be processed for meat, the vats of used oil from fast food. All of this is picked up and taken to the rendering plant where it's boiled down, and the fat that rises to the top is skimmed off and sold to the cosmetic industry. Because again, in the United States, it's not regulated. And so here we are putting roadkill and, oh my, so much into our products. And I was just floored when I heard this. I couldn't believe that could really happen. And you think about it, if there's roadkill in products, they're putting heavy fragrance in as well. Fragrance is an endocrine disruptor. I mean, it's just not good for us. And if you've ever had soap scum in the shower or the sink, that's actually animal fat. So you don't get that when you're using Arbonne products, because they're all plant-based. So that's one huge reason to choose a brand that has, it's been completely vegan since 1980, and no animal byproducts of any kind. Another ingredient that I wanted to point out that Arbonne does not have is mineral oil. When I first heard that, I thought it sounded healthy, right? Minerals, but actually mineral oil is a derivative of the gasoline production. What? So these refineries that are making gasoline, it's actually a waste product, and if they were to get rid of it properly, it would be very expensive. If they were to spill their waste on the earth, they would get fined because it's so toxic. Instead, they sell this waste product to the cosmetic industry because, again, it's not regulated. And it's actually the #1 skincare ingredient in the United States, and it's the #2 cause of aging. Mineral oil is actually banned in Europe because it's so toxic. And again, it's an endocrine disruptor, meaning it changes your hormones. But it's our #1 skincare ingredient here in the United States. It's actually, something that's going to pull moisture from your skin and enhance your age spots, enhance your wrinkles. So we don't want that. We don't want that at all in any of our products. So look for the word mineral oil or petroleum, petrolatum. I'm sure you've seen that. Go ahead and look in your cupboard. I'm sure you'll be shocked because it's in just about everything. So again, Arbonne is about the same size company as Clinique, and yet the difference is Clinique is in about 80 countries, and Arbonne's only in 6. And when I heard that, I thought that's just amazing, because here we are, it's a 39-year-old company, and yet it's only 2 to 3% brand recognition worldwide. And it's very well established, but still in its infancy state as far as growing globally. So this is huge. When you're looking at it from a business standpoint, it's very well established, it's not going anywhere. And yet there's so much growth potential. So I hope you're feeling excited. Another fun fact about Arbonne, in the first quarter of 2019, Arbonne has grown 25%. They actually surpassed Amazon and Google in growth. Isn't that exciting? Because, it's just, we're at this cusp of, people are looking for exactly what we have. It's online, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's GMO-free, it's doing the right thing for people, for animals, and also the planet. Arbonne is B Corp certified now. It's so exciting. And, their carbon neutral footprint with UPS, they use the plant-based ink for their printed material. We're part of the Forest Stewardship Council, so there's no clear-cutting trees for printed material. We're planting trees. We're moving towards being a 100% sustainable company by 2025. So Arbonne, again, it's just doing the right thing in the right way for the right reasons in all areas. And it's just such a great company to be part of and to vote with your dollar, because we want to vote for companies who are doing the right thing. So Arbonne has the, personal care products. It has baby care, it has hair care. We have the anti-aging skincare line for men and women, acne line, a pre-anti-aging line to prevent aging even more. We have the essential oils, we have the sports nutrition, and also the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan. So really, again, Arbonne is so unique because it's healthy living inside and out. There's a double detox approach. So we're reducing the toxins that we're putting on our skin, but we're also using the 30 Days to Healthy Living products to help pull the toxins out of our system. And that's actually the reason that I decided to jump in and do this as a business. And my story in a nutshell with the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, which becomes a lifestyle because people fall in love with how they feel, so they want to continue this lifestyle. What it is, it's clean eating. So you're going off the inflammatory foods, and we give you recipes and meal plans and grocery list and daily coaching, daily posts. When you are put into one of our private Facebook groups for the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, which we run every month, it's like taking a nutrition class. You're going to walk away with recipes that you can use forever and pass on to your kids. And it just has this ripple effect. So really, we're empowering you with this lifestyle to continue. And, it's not a fad. It's not like other diet plans where you just do it for a short amount of time. I mean, I've been doing the 30-day plan for 6 years now, and there's so many people who continue on because they just feel so good, taking on this lifestyle. So for me, I lost my mom to cancer. I also lost my sister to cancer, breast cancer as well. And then I went through it in my 20s. My sister and I had the genetic testing. It was negative. Turns out after my sister passed away, we found out that we grew up near a nuclear weapons facility. This facility in Colorado made plutonium triggers, and plutonium, the plutonium triggers were for the atomic bombs. It's like the heart of the atomic bomb, and plutonium is the most radioactive substance on Earth, and even a little grain of rice-sized amount of plutonium ingested is fatal. And because of all these safety code violations at this plant, the plutonium was going into the groundwater, was going into the air, and a 30-mile radius of people, including our family, were unknowingly exposed to this plutonium. Fast forward, once I learned this, I got tested and I was positive for plutonium, cadmium, beryllium, uranium, plus high levels of mercury after going through chemo. And my integrative doctor at the time had me do chelation, which is the big guns for clearing heavy metals. And we were just hoping it would work for plutonium, and it didn't. It ended up hurting my kidneys, so I had to stop. And my doctor just looked at me and said, I don't know what to do for you. I've never had someone with something radioactive in their body, come into my office before. And that was 2013. And that's when I started to do the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan. I was an Arbonne girl. I was already using the product, so I just started doing the clean eating, which is eliminating gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, coffee, alcohol, GMO porn, that kind of thing. I started just cleaning up my diet and, exchanging for healthier options. We don't leave you high and dry, promise. Anything you love, we have a replacement in exchange for that's healthier for you, that's going to add to your health and not subtract from it. So no worries there. I have a whole different list of recipes that I use now. But immediately I felt better. on the 30-day plan. My skin cleared up, my adult acne cleared up, I was sleeping better, my nails grew, like everything, my digestion improved. I mean, everything started feeling better. I lost inches and pounds, as so many people do. But after 8 months' time, the most amazing part was there was no plutonium detected in my system anymore. And I remember just sitting there in awe with my doctor because he couldn't believe it either. And he said, you know what? Arbonne consultants are doing the heavy lifting for doctors because we're teaching people how to clean up their diets. And that's something we can be so proud of. And I just remember sitting there thinking, you know what? This is huge. This isn't just a cute little thing. This is a huge health message that needs to be heard. And I knew in my heart at that moment that I had to get the word out. And this could be my way to honor my sister's life and honor my mom's life with my own, paying it forward and sharing health with others. And I knew too that, you know, people aren't lying awake at night, at least I wasn't, thinking about the, you know, vegan protein powder from Arbonne or the amazing eye cream, which I use like 3 times a day. It's amazing. Or the fizz sticks, which I can't get enough of. You know, people aren't lying awake at night thinking about these products. They're thinking about how to earn more money, how to make money without being clocked in somewhere, how to live life on your own terms. And I knew if I was feeling that way, other people would feel this way too. And so I really took a look at this business model, and it's brilliant. Oh my goodness. I got so excited because this is a business. It's actually building an asset that generates income. So it's so different than when I clocked in as a nurse. I clocked in, I clocked out. That was linear income. That's the only time I got paid. It's one time on those hours. Whereas in Arbonne, it's upfront work to educate on hidden toxins and offer safer solutions for families and just teach people how to switch brands by ordering online with their own, you know, discount account that will help them set up. But that's it. Then people fall in love with their results. They order over and over, and we as consultants get paid over and over. And what's so cool is we get our own website when we become a consultant with Arbonne. And Arbonne is so generous to pay us and compensate us a percentage of every unit sold from our website. But not only our website, any other website that we bring to Arbonne, we get a percentage of every unit sold. So it's just more motivation to share this and to, again, share these amazing healthy products that are unparalleled, and also to share this income opportunity, which again is such a great way to prepare for impact. It can be your plan B that turns into your plan A. Everything in Arbonne is consumable. It's a brilliant business model because, like, if you're selling handbags or you know, jewelry or kitchenware, there's only, you know what I mean? People aren't ordering that every month. Whereas in Arbonne, my goodness, you know, we sell the cosmetic line. I think I forgot to mention that. The beauty products, the personal care products, the nutrition. People run out, they order over and over and over. And again, this is really, Arbonne is a lifestyle and it's a health movement, and it's just so fun to get the word out. So it is a brilliant business model endorsed by Robert Kiyosaki. I highly recommend the book, Business of the 21st Century. He really talks about how network marketing and social marketing, it's really like social lifestyle marketing, how it's just brilliant because it's such a low investment for such a massive return on investment. It just becomes a no-brainer. I mean, who wouldn't want to create an asset that generates income? And what's so amazing is in Arbonne, this income stream can be willed for 3 generations. I was just talking to a financial advisor about that. And he said, you know, good job for building your business, Tami. You know, you make a great income. And I said, you know, thank you. But the income isn't even the best part. The best part is that this is willable for 3 generations. And he just sat back in his chair and said, you know, when I die, my wife is going to get a check, 1 check, and that's it. Whereas this is something you could will to not only your children, but their children and their children. So this is an income stream that could outlast you, that could be willed to your great-grandchildren. So just think about that. I mean, what other business, what other income stream is that even possible with? So it's definitely worth a conversation. And just so you have all the facts, let me tell you about the income that we're talking about. So there's 4 different income levels in Arbonne. The first one is district manager. At that level, you earn between $250 to $1,000 a month. For me, district manager, that basically paid for my Arbonne habit because I loved all the products, and also put gas in the car, organic, groceries, that kind of thing. At area manager, that's when you're starting to grow a team. And the average income as an area manager is between $1,000 to $4,000 a month. And this is where your income can be willed. So at the second level, your income becomes willable. And I remember lying awake at night thinking about that. The doctors that I worked with did not have a willable income stream. And I just told myself I didn't care how long this would take me. I knew it was brilliant, and I knew I had to do this. And so, so at area manager, awesome income, about a teacher's salary, right? At regional vice president, the third level, that's where it gets really interesting. So regional vice presidents earn between $4,000 and $14,000 a month. That's like engineer income, working part-time hours. Everyone, says to me, "Oh, I'm so busy to do Arbonne." No, Arbonne isn't meant to be a full-time job. It's meant to work into the nooks and crannies of your life. So it's meant to be very part-time. The side hustle can turn into engineer income. For me, it took 2 years to become a regional vice president. And I was doing, home events. I was doing coffee appointments. I was doing, Zoom chats, video chats like this. I wasn't even using social media back then, but it took me 2 years. With social media, I believe you can have an accelerated pace because you can just reach more people more quickly. And so with social media, man, the sky is the limit. There is no limit. So for me, it took 2 years, but I was doing it alongside 2 other jobs. So how amazing is that? I just want people to know what's possible here. Along with this fantastic engineer income at regional vice president level, you also get a car allowance every month to go towards a Mercedes of your choice. It just has to be white to represent purity, and that's the company car. So, wow, I'm driving a beautiful white Mercedes as well. The top level national vice president, the average income starts at $22,000 a month and up. There's no limit. It's just amazing to me, and being around Arbonne for quite a few years now, it's just so fun to see us in this massive growth phase right now, and to see the millennials shooting to the top. I mean, that's just another proof that this isn't a pyramid, because people, the people who got in first aren't necessarily at the top. It's the people who are hustling and talking to the most people. There's people who got in after I did who are further along than me, and they're teaching me. I'm learning from them. I'm, running on their tracks that they're laying. So it's just such an exciting time to be part of Arbonne. And I literally lie awake at night just dreaming about this. We're in United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, and Poland. That's it. So we are going to continue to grow. And that's the thing. I know that not one person woke up January 1st and said, "I wish I looked worse. I wish I felt worse. I wish I had less in my bank account." No, everyone is wanting what Arbonne has here. So I just hope this caused you to take a moment and really think about what's possible for you. Because I tell you what, just over the next 6 months of focusing on building a business, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. We have a proven system that works. We'll take you by the hand and show you the ropes. We'll be there every step of the way. The next 6 months could look so different for you. And so we would love to talk to you more. It's definitely worth a conversation, and I hope this answered some of your questions. All right, talk to you later.